Hi everyone and welcome for this new video about Airbrush. Today we are going to paint. I'm going to show you some simple exercise on what is the name for that? On a paper,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes. So Noel is my student and he accepts to being with me during this tutorial so I can show you how I do, and after you will see how Noel is going to do, so you can manage to take care about step by step, learn simply and slowly. That's perfect for me because it's going to show you that take time and you need to apply and apply before having the same result as mine. So let's go for the practice. So the first method is pretty simple. I'm going to put my my liquid to dilute my color and put my color, and I'm going to drill a little bit the front of my airbrush just to make in sort that the hair is going to go up and make bubble into my paint and mix them with my diluent. So the second method is pretty simple because you just put your mix into your bottle, and after you mix with an old brush. In that case, it's pretty easy, pretty quick, and your mix is really good. The last and third step is to make your mix directly in a few bottles, and after to come back to keep them and put into your airbrush. It's pretty good because you are going to have less small imperfection in your paint, and your airbrush is going to be clean really more long. Now we are going to start some exercise with your airbrush directly on some few white paper. That's really important to start like that, in my opinion, just because you are going to have something totally flat and it will be really more easy to understand how your airbrush is going to work. By the way, we are going to make some few line and take care that we are not going to have some point at beginning at the end of our line. So we are going to learn how to use in the best way our airbrush before we are going to paint on some 3D surfaces, whatever that can be miniatures or any kind of more large model. It will be really more easy to start with some few white paper. So at beginning we are just going to try to make some few lines, and more we are going to work, more we are going to try to have always some hair before and after we use the paint. What I want to say is you need to always push and after you can go back, and after you can go front and stop pushing. More we are going to be close to the paper, more our line is going to be large. More we are going to be, more we are going to be far to the paper, more our line is going to be large. More we are going to be close, more it's going to be thin. And after that, I'm going to try to go and make some points at every intersection of line. Remember to have always hair before and after the point. And now we are going to apply in a large surfaces. So to have something very regular, we are going to try to keep more distance with paper and to spray in a large distance like that. Just for you to know, I have a 0.2 millimeter noodle, and that's one of the most small noodle you can have. So show me, so Noel is come with me. Noel is a friend of mine and take some painting class with airbrush, and he's going to show you how he take the airbrush at beginning. So as you can see, it can be easy, but that's not the good way because you don't have enough precision in that way. So that way is a good one. Always push back, and after come front and let the gâchette. Okay. So it's really interesting because what Noel do at beginning, it was not necessary always in movement, and that creates some spider effect because the hair is going to push the color. As you can see, for the last one, he's always on movement, and that creates some line really more nice and thin. What Noel says, it's not necessary at the beginning very natural to do this movement, and the work for this practice is to do a long time, so this movement is going to be step by step more and more natural, so you can apply it on every kind of surfaces. That's why the practice is really important before starting on miniatures or any kind of surfaces. So what is really important on some few points is not going to wait the results on the paper. You need to be enough have enough assurance to stop and just take care not about what about your eyes is going to see on the paper, but what your movement is going to down, and when it's down you can stop. So you don't need necessarily to try in one time. You can make different movement very quickly like that, and try to make it just with just one movement. Take care and be confident about your movement and your hand. Don't wait to see the result on the paper. And now, just to complete, you are going to make some movements to make some kind of snail movement by taking more distance with the paper. You need to learn to trash your paper to evolve and learn. So remember one thing: when you use your airbrush trigger, you need to you have two ways to control how to lean on your airbrush trigger and how you pull your airbrush trigger. Remember, when you pull your trigger, you just have to pull just a few if you just want a few effects. And remember, you can make it, it's always better to pull just a few and come back front and make it 2, 3 or 4 times than pull too much and pushing too much paint on your minis. Sometimes you have some few paints on the front, and when you start, that's why you always need to start not on new project, but just on a side project on a paper, just as side, to remove all the paint you always have into your brush, into your airbrush. So just to correct that, we are going to push hair every time. So always we are going to always be to lean on the trigger and just pull at the moment you want to have a line.